Hi guys, welcome back to the Do's and Don'ts of Sinning. I am Joslyn,
And I am Matthew.
and I'm doing the intro in ASMR because I love ASMR. Don't worry, the whole episode will not be like that, but it's a nice change of pace.
Yes,
So,
it is.
welcome back!
Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Hopefully.
Today we are talking about body modifications.
In all of the spheres.
All realms.
In tattoos, piercings, gauges, lip rings, tongue rings, spider bites,
Amazing.
tattoos, plastic surgery, boob jobs.
Yeah.
Hair plugs, all of it.
So, you guys can't see me. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I have piercings and tattoos. That's about the most body modifications that I've gone to the extent of.
Yeah.
So I have almost a whole entire sleeve, and I'm getting it finished August 12th, which I'm so fucking excited for. I can't wait for it to be done.
Literally.
So excited.
I know.
I also have my fair share of piercings. Matthew has his like front lobe gauges as well as me.
Yeah.
And then he got his second holes pierced and then gauged those up.
Yep. I'm at a 00 and a 6 right now.
It looks like a 6 or a 4.
Yeah, I think it's at a 6. I definitely don't think it's at a 4.
Okay.
I think it's at a 6.
You've inspired me to do mine, but I think I'm going to leave it alone for now.
Yeah, it's been trials and tribulations.
Yes.
Because like when you like gauge your first hole, it's like the only piercing, or like, you know, it's the only one on the big part of the lobe. So it's easy to clean, it's easy to manage. And for the fact that we're wearing these face masks, and when I gauge up, I use the tapers, like everybody.
Like you should.
Yeah, like you should. Definitely don't be hole punching.
No.
Let's talk about that.
That's how my sister got hers done.
You, need to go slow.
Yes.
You need to
Can't rush it. You'll have a blowout.
You'll have a blowout, you'll have scars, you'll have stretch marks, you'll have damage because it's skin.
Yes.
So I have gauged up 3 times total. The first time, the second time that are in the central lobes, and then the third time on my top ones. The first time I took it super slow and realized I could probably quicken it up because if they say like once a month. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that seems a little boring. So the next time I did it I think twice a month, which was fine. Barely any pain.
That's how I did
it
mine.
Was fine.
I actually did mine myself.
Yeah.
So
like piercing and gauged up.
So I had just regular ear piercings,
Yeah.
which is an 18 gauge.
18 gauge regularly. Sometimes they do 16.
Very rarely. This
but
is
usually,
my lip ring is a 16,
yeah.
as is my tragus is a 16.
Yes. Usually it is an 18. So when you are buying gauging kits and stuff off of Amazon,
you need to start like
usually they start at 16
and they go up to 00 for the most part.
If you're making, and you can ask your piercer,
yes.
If you're like, hey, I'm gauging up and my gauging kit starts with 16, can you gauge it with a 14 and not, or no?
What are you talking about?
Like, because usually they gauge it, or they pierce it at an 18.
So you want to start with a 16?
Yeah. So ask them to pierce it at a 16 so that you can start
at a 14.
Because if it's too much, you need to be closer.
Right.
Because they go down by 2. So just ask your piercer to pierce it with the other one, or just tell them that you're gauging it, and they'll ask you what size kit does it start at.
So because
if you have to skip it's disgusting.
Yes. So I bought my own kit. So I just had regular ear piercings, which is an 18 gauge, and my kit went from 16 to 00. It came with full set tapers from 16 to 00, and then it came with metal tunnels from 16 to 00.
Same.
And I got all the way up to a 2, which is 1 before a 0.
Yep.
I got all the way up to 2. I tried to stretch to a 0 so many times. I tried coconut oil in the shower, after the shower.
With the tapers, it's pretty hard
it
to
was
stretch
hard.
in the bigger sizes.
Yeah, it was really
got
hard.
To like 2s to 00s to 0s, or 0s to 00s, I didn't use the tapers because I had multiple people tell me not to gauge up with the tapers at that high level because of just how they just are like, I don't trust it.
Right.
So I would like wear the 2 or the 0 for like I think I wore it for like almost like 2 months, and then I like slipped in the new one, and with natural stone it worked really well.
Right.
For me.
So I could not get my 2s to 0s for the fucking life of me. So I had no choice but to go stretch to a 0 at a shop.
Yeah.
And it was super easy. It painful.
Yes.
As fuck. I have my
because
fair share of
piercings.
piercings.
Somebody else does it for you. I've had my sister push in a couple because sometimes they'll be like a little bit risque, and I just don't want to be a bitch about it.
Right.
So I'll be like, sister, just push it through. It'll be fine. I know it's not going to blow out. It's just a little bit. And they're always not going to be balanced.
No.
Sometimes my left one with my lobe, it would go up one, and then my right one just wasn't fucking ready. And I would give it another month or something, or a week.
Right.
But this time, I'm gauging it up super slow. Gauging your second hole is different. There's not a lot of room to stretch.
Right.
I'm not going to go to like... I've seen some people with both double zeros with zeros and stuff. I'm not going to go too high. I don't know where I'm going to stop, but I'm thinking... I'm definitely not going to go to 0 because it's too big. Probably going to stop at a 4 or a 2, depending on what this is. Because I still want to be able to see through it.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot of room. There's more discharge, I've noticed.
Really? On your second ones?
Mm-hmm. And I don't know. And I know it's not because I clean. It's the same metals as before as the lower one. But I've noticed there's more discharge. And I don't know if it's just like my skin this time in my life, or it's the fact that I have 2 gauges, and gauges don't really ever heal.
Right.
So maybe they're like mixing.
That's another
stuff.
thing too, that gauges never properly heal.
Yeah, it stays as open cartilage flesh.
It's like, this is gonna sound gross, but if you just think of it, it's an open wound, is what it is.
Yes.
Your ear is exposed, and the only thing that's keeping it from closing is the jewelry that you have in.
Exactly.
So
pick your jewelry wisely.
Yes, definitely. So like Matthew can wear natural stone, and sometimes he wears wood as well.
And I'll wear metal like when I'm feeling punk, but I don't like metal because it smells the worst.
It does.
And I almost never wear plastic because plastic always is flared so high that it hurts me.
So the only ones that I wear are my surgical steel tunnels, and I don't wear those very often because sometimes it hurts to sleep on.
Yeah, because they don't squish.
But the ones that I wear most frequently, I have a pair of black ones and a pair of white ones. Right now I'm wearing the white ones. They're double flare silicones.
Yeah.
So when you have single flare tunnel, none of this is relevant, but
For the people who understand, it is very relevant.
Yes. So when you have single flare tunnels, you have to have an O-ring on the back. Do you know how fucking often I lost O-rings? I had to buy a pack on Amazon of just 0 size O-rings.
The only reason I wear the O-rings is because I bought the taper kit and the gauging kit. It was like fucking 10 cents off of Amazon.
Right.
But still, I've kept it. I've lost like probably 6 or 7 because they just slip off. They're terrible in the shower. If you're like spinning your jewelry like I do, they just slip off and fall off, and they're literally like, if you've ever had braces, they're the size of those rubber bands.
Yeah.
They are tiny, like braiding rubber bands. They're tiny.
Tiny.
So if you ever get a gauging kit, rather use the O-rings and just accept the fact that they're going to vanish, or get screwbacks. But
I had screwbacks for a while. I had metal screwbacks for a while, but I'm not gonna lie, like they were so heavy on my ears.
They're thick.
They are thick.
Yeah.
They're thickies. They were so painful to sleep on.
Yeah, and they're hard.
And they would leave. There's not room for your ear to breathe. So those ones are the ones I had that smelled the worst.
Yes, I usually, when I do buy permanent jewelry, like the ones that I am stopping at the gauge, it's gonna be like crystals, stones, double flared, or glass, like natural, like, or wood or whatever. They're going to be natural because that makes them smell less.
Right.
Because if you use plastic, metal,
I had acrylic, and those ones smelled pretty bad too.
Yeah, acrylic are pretty bad. You have to, like, it's a fine line on like natural glass or like depending on what glass.
Right.
But acrylic, metal, and plastic smell the worst because they're, even though metal's organic, it's considered, in my mind, inorganic with the piercings because they just soak up shit. Because like metals are flaky and glass and plastic are just gross.
Right.
So when you do choose piercings, I mean, choose like whatever the hell you want for your gauges, but try to go for a natural, like wood, crystals, natural glass.
Right. Or, I mean, whatever works for you.
Yeah,
because
but they just won't, they'll smell less, I've noticed, with across the board of everybody.
So, like I said,
And
with
silicone are good.
with my metal screwbacks, they smelled really bad. And even when I was cleaning them regularly.
Yeah.
And now when I have my silicone double flares, they hardly smell. I mean, they still smell because
Yeah,
your
of
gauges
course.
are going to smell.
They're gonna
but
smell.
it's not like to the point where if like a boyfriend was laying next to me, they were like, ew, bitch, you're nasty.
Absolutely not. Unless you get up to like the multiple like inches.
Yes.
Then people do notice it because there's more surface area of the gauge to like permeate. But that's not an issue. Because if you just clean it, it's fine. It's whatever, you get over it.
Right.
But clean your gauges.
Those are the only piercings that Matthew has is his front gauges and then the ones that he just got done, which are his second holes that he's been gauging up. And then I have my gauges, my lip pierce, my tongue pierce. I have both tragus in each ear pierce. I got my anti-helix and it was not healing properly and my ear was so sore and so inflamed and so it was rejecting so hard. It was infected for a little bit. I got the infection to go away and then I was like, I have to take that shit out. Took it out. I had my belly button at one point. That one didn't ever heal properly either, so I just took that one out as well. And then I had my nips done. Amazing.
Yes.
If you're looking for a sign to go get your nipples pierced, this is it, bitch. Go do it. Do it. Literally. You won't regret it. Your husband will love it. Your boyfriend will love it. You will love it.
Your friends will love it.
Your friends will love it.
Everybody wants to see that shit. Almost every
it's amazing.
Close girl friend that I've had in the last like year, everybody, and every close girlfriend I've had in the last like year has had her nipples pierced, and it's a good move.
It's a good move.
It's
for many
not
reasons.
Going to show through all of your t-shirts.
It's
First
not.
Of all,
that's a lie.
If you have a bra that thin, you don't need to be wearing it because it's a shit bra. Your bra is made out of t-shirt.
So I used to wear like regular padded bras all the time before I got my nipples pierced, and then afterwards, freedom of expression, baby. Literally. So I just wear nothing but bralettes. So you like on me, you can see my nipple rings through a lot of my shirts.
Yeah.
But when I'm at work, I'm trying to be appropriate. So I wear thicker bras at work so that, people can't see them because that's like not that acceptable. So anyways, when I'm out and about at the club, whatever, I usually wear bralettes that you can see that I have trip nips. I call them trip nips because
but it's also like if you get your nipples done and you want to hide them for everybody,
what's the point?
Getting them done?
What's the point?
And it's like if you're getting them done for like your husband or your boyfriend or whatever, like sure, but like
why?
Not 20 hours out of the day you're not having sex with your boyfriend.
Right.
So yeah.
Give me a break.
They're gonna get shown when you wear a bathing suit. They're going to get shown if you're wearing a tight shirt. If you're not wearing the right bra, they're going to get shown. So just embrace it. And if you're a dude with your nipples pierced, step to the front of the line.
Right.
Because it's nice.
So I've accepted the fact that at this point in my life, I don't think I can get any more piercings. I've thought about doing my second holes like you, but I just that last piercing, my anti-helix, just fucked me up so bad.
It made me a little traumatized because it rejected so aggressively.
It did. And look, I still have like scars.
Yeah, it's gotten so much better since you took it out. But my sister's anti-helix, I think, she'll have to like fact check me when she listens to this, but she just took out her anti-helix and the conch. No. The one that's like here.
That's just a regular helix.
Okay, yeah. She took out, I think, those two because they were not healing properly.
Right.
And she's going to let them fully heal and then get them re-pierced.
Right.
And then if it doesn't work this time, she's over it.
The only thing that I've heard, too, is, like, with a lot of people, not just myself, that when you get cartilage piercings, it takes more time for them to heal.
100%.
So I think maybe if I just stay away from cartilage piercings, because I want to get my belly button done again because I think that would be cute, but
100%.
I don't know about that. I'm more focused on tattoos right now.
100%.
How many tattoos do you have?
I only have 2 right now because I have the Embrace the 13th on my left bicep.
What a little cute baby.
I know. I'm just terrible and I'm just terrible. I love spending my money on like clothes and stuff.
See, I don't.
And I need to because I have my like leg tattoo that I know for a fact everything I'm gonna get done about it. I know it for a fact. I just have been very like lazy about finding an artist and just sitting the fuck down with him.
Right.
And then even with the dagger tattoo on my birthday or whatever, with Corona and everything happened, I just had a birthday in June and I was gonna get a tattoo with it. But I like messaged like the 3 tattoo artists I know personally and have my work done by them and my sister. And I was like, oh, when's your next available appointment? They were like, oh, like September. And I'm like, what the I was like, I'm done. But if I would have booked it, it would be coming up.
Right.
and it's kind of annoying. So I know I want to sit down. I know for a fact I'm getting 2 more tattoos within the next year. And yeah, so I have my Embrace the 13th on my left bicep, and I have 3 triangles on my Achilles tendon on my right leg, which did hurt a fuck ton. Even though I am a tattoo baby, I still can say that. But I'm going to get both of my legs done, leg sleeves on both of them, 360 around, and then I want to get a dagger tattoo on my left Achilles tendon. But I'm behind tattoos.
I have 7. I just counted. So I have...
But her 7 span a lot.
Right. So I have a giant quote on my right forearm, a giant quote on my left forearm, which leads into my sleeve, which is on my left arm.
Yeah, which is mandala, flowers, symmetrical, intricate, ornate.
Right. And then
black
I have...
and gray only.
Yeah, I don't
we
have...
We are on the game of black and gray.
I don't have any color tattoos.
The only color I would do is, I think the same thing for you, like flowers for your family.
Yeah,
right?
I really want to do that,
That's the only way I would probably do color is for my family, friends, or loved ones.
I have a shark on my right ankle because that's like a story for another day, but it's like an homage to some like memories in my past.
Yeah.
Plus, also my nickname is Jaws, so I got a shark. And then I got a Friday the 13th tattoo as well.
Yes.
Mine was from a flash sheet. And I got a black widow on my left ankle.
Nice.
And then I have...
love a good Friday the 13th tattoo.
Love it. It was only $20. Why not?
Exactly.
And
was
then...
it 13?
No, it was
kidding.
20.
I know.
You're stupid.
Some people are like, some places do 13, Friday the 13th flash tattoos. Most places will do like the bottom tier where it's like a spider, a 13, blah, 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 and then they move up and stuff. So it's usually like 13, 20, 25, 30, 35.
Yeah.
And then it's like whatever. Because it's from a flashy.
And then I have C'est La Vie tattooed on my collarbone. And then Sarah and I, shout out Sarah if you're listening, probably not because I don't think she does. But anyways, me and her got Impulse S tattoos like a few months back, and she got one on her butt, and so did I. So
and
it's
it
amazing.
Says, "Bite me."
Thank you for that.
Yes, and it's in a gothic, very vampiric font, and it's beautiful. I'm obsessed with it.
I am obsessed with it.
I love it. But we are fully on tattoos and piercings, and most every body modification. That's why it's our topic this week.
Right.
So that was pretty much our introduction in what we have body modified. I've been debating with getting scarification because some people, like there's this guy I follow in Denver. His name is Sith, like Sith Lord, like Star Wars, and like Sith, like fitness or whatever. But he has scarification all over his eyes, like in a star formation. He has it like across his nose.
Not
he
for
has
me.
His ears cropped like an elf. He has his nipples taken out, like he doesn't have nipples, and he has scarification on his leg that he's doing himself. And just like Rob Geinerst, Zombie Boy, he's covered head to toe with tattoos. May he rest in peace. I really like heavily modified people because I view it more as like an art expression.
Oh, I do.
So
I as well.
Him with all of his scarification and tattoos and piercings and stuff, it's beautiful, and it makes him so much more attractive to me. So I've been debating on getting scarification for like something. I don't know. Like I saw a guy, he got scarification on his chest, and it was a question mark, and then they soaked it in UV ink, so his scar will always reflect UV light.
That's crazy.
Because it's soaked up into the layers of skin. It's not tattooed, which I mean, like, basically is. It's just torn the fuck up. So it's scarred, and then the scar is soaked in UV tattoo ink. And it's so cool because it's a question mark, and it's just so interesting. And I think it'd be super cool. I don't know what I would do. My friend Ari has scar dots across her face, and then a scar line down her neck, or her chin. She's beautiful. I have to show you. But I don't know what I would get. And that shit, I hear it's scalpels, and there's no anesthesia. It sounds rough.
Jesus Christ.
But it sounds so pretty, and it sounds so cool, and I love it. But if I want to get tons of tattoos, I'm not game on any more piercings because I don't think anything would fit my aesthetic.
Right, I agree.
I don't think I could do a septum.
I think you could do a nose piercing.
People do say that, like a ring or a stud. And I've met a couple people where I'm like, I could probably do it. Use that TikTok filter. It didn't bother me the worst. I would just have to debate about it, of course.
Yeah.
Don't think I could do septum, tongue, any more ear
I had my
piercings.
that's another thing. I had my septum at one point too.
Oh yeah, you did. Why did you ever take it out?
I was washing my face and one of the balls fell off, and so I had it like crooked in my nose for a long time because I was living 3 hours away from the city and I didn't have a car to go and get it.
Literally.
And then I was washing my face again, and the other ball fell off. So I was like, "Fuck it, we're taking it out."
Yeah, and when that shit falls out, even if it's been 3 years, heals up like that.
Literally, especially inside your nose like that.
Honestly.
Give me a break.
Yeah, and like definitely not vibing with like nipples pierced in this part of my life. Don't think it's my game. Belly button, that's too gay for me. But other than that, what are you thinking on? You definitely want to be heavily tattooed.
Yeah, I want to finish my arm, and then I want to work on a thigh piece.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sarah and I are getting matching tattoos.
Yes.
And then I want to work on my other arm. And then I'll probably just leave it at that for a little bit.
Probably, because I fully believe that tattoo is art, but it's also meaningful.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you want to get a tattoo of a cactus because you like cactuses, get it.
Yeah.
If you want to get a tattoo because your mom died, of course, do it.
100%.
Tattoos don't have to have meaning. And I kind of hate when people are like, oh, can I see your tattoos? And you're like, show them and stuff. And like, what do they mean? And like, people get offended by that. They're like, it's just a tattoo. It doesn't have to mean something. And it's like, first of all, why are you coming off so hostile?
Right.
Most people get tattoos for meaning. And it's like, just be like, oh, I just thought they were beautiful. That's the meaning.
Right.
They're beautiful. Your body is a temple.
Yes.
And I will decorate it how I fucking please,
Exactly.
Karen.
Like, my sleeve doesn't mean anything.
Literally, it's beautiful.
Exactly.
It is an
And
artwork on your body.
I get compliments about it all
Constantly.
the time, almost
Yeah.
everywhere I go.
And that's half the point
And
of
then
it.
I have tattoos that are meaningful as well.
Exactly.
Like,
It's like tattoos don't need to have meaning. They can have meaning if they want to. It's up to you.
exactly.
It's
And
your body covered in art, covered in the most meaningful quotes.
you don't owe anybody an explanation for why you get what you get.
100%.
It's your body.
If you have a rose tattooed on your arm for your like past lover and everyone's asking you for it, you don't have to tell them.
Oh, that's another thing too. I had a tattoo that was matching with my ex-fiance. That's another reason that I got my sleeve so I could get it covered up.
Yes, cover ups.
And it turned out amazing.
Yeah, like you cannot tell. They did a beautiful cover up on
Yeah,
it.
go check out my Instagram. I have videos of my sleeve progress if you want to go check it out.
Yes, and stemming off of a little tattoos, and then we'll go on to other body modifications. But cover-ups, super viable, super pretty. People do great work with that. Tattoo removal, rough. So it's you should definitely take time with tattoos. Piercings, fuck it. Get your septum pierced.
Yeah, you can take it out.
And I mean, facial piercings, they like your lip ring. You'll see a stud, like you'll see a little mark and stuff. Like my sister has her Monroe, and you can tell, but it just looks like a big pore.
Yeah.
But like ear piercings, everybody and their mother has an ear piercing,
Right.
And you can tell, and it's whatever. So get a piercing if you fucking feel it. Get tattoos. Give it. I say sit on a design for like at least a day.
Yeah.
At least a day. If it's a big piece and you want to like work on it mentally or whatever, like a week.
Right.
Like give it time. Give it like some time because like. You'll be like, oh, I want this cactus. It's beautiful. Sit on it because you'll have it for the rest of your life. And I mean, you could get it tattoo removed, but that's really expensive.
It is
stuff.
really,
So
and time consuming.
At least give it 24 hours. At least give it a week for a big piece. And then your tattoo artist can help you sit on it. And then usually you'll be sitting on it for another week while the appointment comes up.
Right.
Exactly. But going on to other body modifications, plastic surgery, and cosmetic upgrades.
Yeah. So, in terms of what I believe are cosmetic upgrades, I think like microblading your eyebrows, permanent eyeliner.
Yeah, tattoo makeup.
That's the same. That's what I just said.
I know, but like lips. People get lips.
Oh yeah, I thought
Like-
about doing that.
Yeah, like lip color, eyeliner, microblading. I saw a girl, she got like blush a bit.
What?
That was a bitch. It was barely anything on there. Like it was her skin tone with like a drop of pink, and it was barely there. Like if you went like that, like if you just pinched your cheek, that's how much color she had. And it was like her thing. I watched it on YouTube. She was really weird. She was like a pageant princess. But and I consider cosmetic upgrades like hair plugs.
Okay.
Hair plugs, mostly face stuff.
Right.
Like that's cosmetic upgrades, and then like plastic surgery is more like boob jobs, tummy tuck,
Liposuction. Yeah.
implants, like ab implants, butt implants,
Right.
Calf implants.
What?
Yeah, it's more of a dude thing, clearly. But cosmetic upgrades, have you ever thought about doing microblading?
I thought about doing feather touch. So there's a couple of yes. So I know you're
What are
lost.
these terminologies?
Matthew's like, what the fuck are you talking about, you dumb bitch?
Feather.
So anyways, there's a couple different ways of microblading. So there's microblading where they go in with, it almost looks like a very small X-Acto knife. And they dip that in ink, and then they make slits in your skin under your eyebrow hair, and that's how they do that. And then
wow.
there's feather touch, which is specifically designed for eyebrows, whatever. And it's like an electric gun, similar to a tattoo gun, but very, very small. And they dip it in ink, and then they go through your eyebrows. And those ones
Nice.
end up looking far more natural than
Yeah.
the other ones. And
Just like a different tattoo technique.
yeah, it is. It's just a different technique is all
Right.
it is. But so those ones end up looking more natural. I'll like show you some different pictures, but those
Pretty.
ones end up looking more natural. I've also thought about doing lip fillers just because I'm a little bit insecure about the size of my lips.
Yeah.
And I thought about doing that, but instead of doing that, I've also thought about just tattooing my upper lip the same color as my lip.
Yeah, just like over drying a bit.
Right.
Yeah, because like literally just like the extra line
Right.
helps so much.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and
I mean, have you tried the lip plumper like chapstick shit where it's like
it doesn't work
bee
with
venom,
shit.
but doesn't it hurt?
Yes.
My sister or somebody in my family, like my sister or my mom, they were like, put it on. And I was like, fuck yeah, that shit burns.
Okay,
But
so
it
these
does plump up a bit because it's bee venom.
those are feather touch brows.
Ooh, those look nice.
Okay. And then
Very natural, very like light.
yeah,
And they're faded out really well.
they look so beautiful and natural, and I love
Yeah.
it. And then those are microbladed.
Microblading are a little it's just I feel like you just have to do it like you have to pick your poison.
You also have to go to the
I've
right
seen
person.
A couple people with microblading, or that's what like, and I mean it depends on the person. Yeah, I've seen a couple on Instagram where they look really well, like close to the feathering or whatever, and I bet people who get feathering get it dark and fucked up.
Right.
So you just have to know who you're going to.
Do your research.
Yeah, do your
Yelp.
research with tattoos, piercings, any kind of anything. When you get a haircut, you look up Yelp, look on Facebook, ask a friend, ask around, post on Facebook, be like, hey, has anyone gone to this salon? Has anyone gone to this tattoo shop?
Right.
And then when you go in, like to especially tattoos and piercing places, cleanliness.
Yes.
What the work-
it should smell like a doctor's office.
It should be spotless. It should smell like Band-Aids, bleach, alcohol, the good kind, isopropyl. It should smell like hospital doctors' offices.
Dentist.
Dentist. It needs to smell hygienic. It needs to be clean. The workers need to be wearing gloves. They need to be opening
New
the
needles.
needles in front of you. That is state law in some places that they need to open piercing needles and tattoo needles in front of you so you can visibly see it.
That it is clean.
That is clean and that it's fresh.
That's how you get fucking MRSA and hepatitis B, people.
Yeah, literally. So you need to be making sure. And you can go in and be like, hi, I was looking to get a piercing here. Can I see some portfolios?
Right.
Can I see... can I meet the artist or whatever? Do you know? Usually the front desk person is rather the head of the shop.
Yeah.
Or their receptionist. And ask them. Be like, hey, how long has your piercer been piercing here? How long have they been piercing in general? How long has this tattoo artist been here? Usually tattoo artists have their portfolios online.
Oh, I have 8 tattoos. I have one between my boobs.
You do have your sternum.
Yeah.
I can't believe I forgot about that one too. That one's gorgeous too.
That was
Super
my
small.
most recent one.
It was.
Yeah.
But yeah, do your research and then just look at cleanliness. If they're not putting on gloves, if they're sitting around like in a bad way eating on the floor.
Yeah, and not only that, but nothing against pot smokers and anything like that, but I've been to a couple tattoo shops where you walk in and it smells like weed. So that's just something to consider. If that bothers you, maybe to go somewhere else. Exactly. If it doesn't bother you, that's fine. Yeah. I've got this tattoo. Yeah. The lettering at a shop that my sister got her sleeve done at. Yeah. He does really good work.
Yes.
He was probably stoned the whole time, but he did great work.
So
I'm very satisfied.
Yeah, you have to have faith. And I mean, go to people your friends have gone to.
Right.
Like, if my friend has a beautiful piece, I'm going to go to her artist because I like that aesthetic or whatever. But if you don't have that luxury, look online, portfolios, cleanliness, ratings. you see a single bad review, pay attention to that review. If they were like, it was disgusting, I saw moths, I saw
moths.
I don't know, like
cockroaches.
I saw dust, I saw this. Yeah, pay attention to it. And for plastic surgery, I don't really know. I haven't been in that sphere. I've had friends, a couple of people. I've watched Jeffree Star, of course, the queen of silicone.
Right. One of my friends, she has a boob job, and then my cousin just got a boob job as well.
Nice.
And I've thought about doing that, but at the same time, it just seems like too much work.
It seems like a lot of work.
They're very happy with their results.
Yeah, of course, with the recovery. And it's like, I feel like I wouldn't get any work done because I've tried to build myself up so high.
Me too.
Not saying that people who do get work done aren't built up and strong and confident, but in my mind, I've tried to build myself up so highly.
Like, as is.
As is, and I'm like, I'm accepting of myself. Like, if I don't like something, then I'll change it.
Right.
But for, like, I just never put plastic surgery on the table in my mind. Other people have.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, they build themselves up. They got fitness. They've got abs. They are beautiful in their own mind.
To me...
But they're like, I just don't like my nose.
Right.
And then they can become happy with that. And it's like, if you want to get your nose done, if you want to get lip filler or a boob job, do it.
If
real. That will make you confident, then do it.
So, like, this is how I look at it, right? So, I wake up every single day, and there may be days that I'm not having super secure body image days. But at the end of the day, I love myself as is. The only thing that I wake up every day that I'm like, I hate my lips, right? I hate them.
And if you do that, then...
If you wake up every single day and you're like, I hate my tits, I hate my boobs, I hate my ass, I hate this, I hate that, whatever. If you wake up every single day feeling insecure about a part of your body, I would say go for it.
Exactly. Because certain things like nose, lips, you can't change.
Right.
So it's if you can't get past it and you can't, like, hype yourself up over, like, your crooked nose or something, then get it fixed, because then you'll be more at peace with yourself and you'll be more happy.
Right.
But I feel like, personally, I've just hyped up myself. I've been through so much, I Googled this the other day and I keep forgetting it. Dissociated personality disorder.
Oh, I have that as well.
Feel like me sometimes when you look in, like, the mirror and stuff. And, like, pictures and stuff, because everyone's always like, oh, this doesn't look like you. Mm-hmm. Oh, that picture doesn't look like you. And I'm like, well, I think I look amazing in pictures, so thanks.
Right.
And that happens a lot to me. Like, I just showed my friend the other night my Tinder profile, and she was like, none of these pictures look like you. My gosh. Like, not insulting me, but, like, backhanded compliments.
Right.
And, like, sometimes I still do look at pictures, and I'm like, got a point.
Yeah.
Like,
so, like, it reminds me of, this is a little off topic, but kind of on the same, you've seen Perks of Being a Wallflower, right?
Yes, I cry every time I watch it.
Me too. It's such a good movie. You know, whenever he was telling the group when he first meets them, he's like, do you ever have those moments when you just say your name over and over again and it starts to become, like, not the same?
Right.
And then he's, like, stoned at that party and he walks by a mirror and he looks at himself in the mirror and he's like, Charlie. Like, I feel like that all the time.
Same.
Like, I'm just like, I don't know if it'd be like an out-of-body experience, but I have, like, experience sometimes where I'm like, this is my life, I'm living it, it's weird, this is my job, this is who I am, like, this is what I look like.
You have stepped aside.
Right. Yeah,
same. And yeah, like, I feel like I've hyped myself up and I've gotten maybe not over some of it, but, you know, like, I just feel like I'm not stuck in this body, but, you know, like, I can't change it and I don't want to. So it's not in the cards for me, but I mean, I'd be down for some Botox at 45. So they say you start early.
Right.
They say you need to start early or it won't work. So I mean, I'm game. Everyone loves youth.
Right.
Who wouldn't want to be beautiful forever?
And
especially, it's very prevalent in the gay community. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
But it's very prevalent in the gay community. Like, Botox, fillers, cheekbones, jaw. I just saw TikTok the other day. A guy got jaw injections. I don't think it was an implant. I
saw one like that.
And he did left and then he turned and it was, like, cut.
Yes.
And I mean, like, good for him. He looked amazing. And I think it was silicone. No, I don't know. I don't know. It was some injection into his jaw and it made it look cut.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, maybe.
Yeah. So actually, too, like, when somebody says Botox, everybody's like, oh, your face is like a statue, whatever. That's not
Absolutely
the case.
Not. Botox
That's like,
has, first of all, so many applications for sweating.
I was just about to say that.
Jeffree
So
Star's boyfriend got shots in his armpit. And
yes,
that's
so
the
my
first
sister
time I
did
knew
too.
about it.
Yes, my sister got that years and years and years ago
Yeah.
because she had like problems with excessive sweating.
Yeah.
And so she ended up getting that done, and still to this day, like she never got it redone,
Right.
because it's only good for like 3 years or something.
Yeah.
But it helped her out so much, and now she doesn't sweat as much as she used to since she got the
And
Botox
that's such
done.
an insecurity.
And people get Botox done for headaches and migraines.
Yeah, 100%.
And a lot of different things. And then, of course, wrinkles and stuff like that.
Exactly.
And Botox in your lips and stuff. But
And it's like the people who get the frozen woman statue face is because they're like too far gone in a sense. They probably have like filler and stuff like that, and like multiple surgeries, and then they get Botox too frequently, because like I've heard of some plastic surgeons, like they're like, oh, you want to get Botox again? Fuck it.
right.
You're signing the waiver, shoot you up again, and that's why you freeze.
Yeah.
And I mean, botched Botox, like
Yes.
bad batches, it happens. It's botulism poisoning. It's a natural mushroom. It's like a gas or something. It's like a thing. It's natural. So I mean, it could just not work for your face. Sometimes you get the best plastic surgeon in the world, and you get a shot of Botox, and it just fucks your face up because it's human nature, and that's why you have to sign liability and stuff. And I mean, in the gay community, there's butt fillers, there's pec, biceps.
I knew that.
Yeah, pec, biceps, abs, like silicone, like abs, butts, calves. They're just strips of calves in the back of your calves. And like, if anybody knows of like the human Barbie doll or the human Ken doll.
I saw that on Botched.
Yeah, and you saw the Ken one. He had too small of nostrils. He's actually transitioning now into Barbie. Not into Barbie, but into woman, so he can look like Barbie. Because he realized after so many years, he didn't want to imitate Ken. He wanted to imitate Barbie. And since he was a guy, he picked Ken. So he's transitioning now. But he has fake abs, fake pecs, biceps, calves, and like face, like filler, like jawline, cheekbone, and all that stuff. So I mean, like, yeah, do it. I've seen on like My Strange Addictions, like 88Z boobs.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, where like her skin's paper thin. It's like sometimes it's like in certain people's opinion it's too far gone, but in her mind she's beautiful.
Right.
So it's all perspective.
Always perspective.
Yes. But even more like realistic, like hair plugs for men or women with receding hairlines.
Right.
Like you just get a little done at the receding hairline.
Also, going back to the microblading, you can get your hairline microbladed.
Ooh, I have seen that on like men who have shorter hair.
Yes.
Like I've seen it on a couple Asian men, and it looks great.
Yes.
Just to fill it out just a little bit.
Yeah, even it out.
For sure. Because I've seen some hair plugs where it's like a little bad.
Right.
A little rough. But I mean, like, yeah. If it makes you feel more confident, if you feel like you're losing your youth, get some hair plugs.
Right.
Get some Botox. Fuck it.
Who cares?
Right? Exactly. It's like, who do you want? My mom just got a tattoo for the first time at like 56, I think.
Good for her.
Yeah, she got like a little 4-leaf clover, and she got like a cupcake. It's all gay shit because my mom's stupid. Because she's like a suburban housewife from upstate New York.
So cute.
But I mean, yeah, she waited till 55 and she got a tattoo and she loves it. And it's like, do what makes you happy.
100%.
I want to get that on a t-shirt. Do what makes you happy, because it's
merch.
so true. Yeah, merch.
Our merch is gonna be like cup of tea, read the room,
right?
And
do what
like
makes you
do
happy,
what makes you happy.
And like sinning is for winners.
Yes.
Exactly. But it's like, yeah, do what makes you happy. If you want some liposuction because you just can't get rid of the weight after your third child, fuck it.
Right.
Get a tummy tuck.
And along those same lines, like, my sister-in-law has had 3 beautiful boys, 2 of which were twins.
Oh, God.
And
She's stretched.
No, her body looks phenomenal.
Bitch.
But she's super unhappy with her boobs.
Yeah.
So my brother straight up told her.
Pregnancy boobs that made her feel amazing.
Exactly. And then, like, they deflate once you're done breastfeeding and everything, and they don't ever go back to normal once you have kids that have breastfed. And she's like super unhappy with that. And my brother's like, baby, we will get you a boob job.
Right.
Like, it will make it happen.
Exactly.
Like, he's there to support her.
Which
He's
is
there.
amazing.
Amazing. That's like what your significant other and people in your life should do. They shouldn't knock you down for what you want to do.
Exactly.
And what you want to modify on your body. Like, you know, like, okay, so when I got my first tattoo, I was 18 years old. My sister got it for me for my birthday. We got my first ever tattoo I have matching with my mom. She has it on her thigh. I have mine on my forearm, and my sister has it on her ribs.
Yeah.
And that was like my sister's birthday present to me, was my first tattoo.
Which is beautiful.
My dad hated it.
Of course.
He was pissed. I like got it. I came back to his house and he was like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear about it, whatever. And now, like, as you can see, I'm covered in tattoos.
Right.
And my dad loves me as is.
Exactly.
He doesn't say shit about it.
Right. And it could have been age.
It could have been, yeah.
Like, I remember, like, I showed my tattoo to my mom and the Embrace the 13th or whatever, and I told her the meaning behind it. And it's a Friday the 13th tattoo because I've always been obsessed with Halloween my entire life. And Friday the 13th goes with it, like Freddy and Jason, Friday the 13th. That's their movie franchise. And the Friday the 13th is religious embedded, like the 13 something like massacre. I can't remember because I'm not religious, but it's tied into that too. And it's just like spooky energy, like super cool. So I got Embrace the 13th in that phrase because a lot of people, and it was kind of fueled by my mother too. She would people change the channel on TV, the news, when they're like, oh, breaking news, a local teen was murdered in cold blood by her brother or whatever. And my mom would be like, ugh, I can't watch this. And it's like, no. You have to accept the bad with the good in the world.
Right.
Because how are you going to learn from the bad? Like our previous episode, you need to take on from your past bad to learn to be better in the future. So like when people shut out the negativity in the world, when they close their eyes, when they turn away, it's just, that's not what I want to do. Right. You need to accept the bad to accept the good. So I got that in like an homage, and I told her that, and I was like, you have to embrace the evil along with the good. And she like was like, no about it. I got it when I was like 19, so I was still living at home. And she was like, so you just like want to take in all the evil and stuff, not like in the worst way, like a Karen way, but like she was like, you want to like accept evil and not like try to stop it. And I'm like, that's not what I meant.
Right.
Because you have to recognize the fact that bad shit is going on in the world, especially nowadays. Like, there was a post on Facebook, a little sideways, or a segment, but they were like, even if your feed has gone back to normal, there are still Black people dying. Black Lives Matter movement is still happening.
Right.
And it's like, you still have to accept the fact that the world or whatever is shit because it's still happening. Like, sad fact in the world, it's terrible.
Right.
So that's what I was trying to explain to her. And she was like just not getting it.
Right.
And then she's more religious than like I am, and she was like, ugh, and Friday the 13th and spookiness. And I was like, Mom, get over it.
Devil's Night.
Literally.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad I lived in like a family that was like more accepting of that stuff. She was just getting rubbed the wrong way with the evil thing.
Right.
And I always wanted to get that, where's the pen? I need to draw it. I have no idea what the symbol is, but it's supposed to be like a satanic symbol.
While you're doing that,
have you ever seen that before?
I have.
Yeah, and usually it's it's an infinity sign with like a T coming out of the top with another bracket out of it. And I've seen it on Chris Navarro. He was in a band. I have no idea what band, but he was in a band and he runs Ink Master. He's one of the hosts. And he has it on his neck, and I Googled it, and it's a tattoo like tradition or whatever, but it's also like rooted in Satanism or like negative stuff, and I want to get it just because how evil it sounds.
Oh my god.
And I don't know if that's like stupid and trendy, but I just love it. I don't know why.
So some of my tattoos that have meaning, because I have a couple that don't have a meaning, like my Black Widow, the Bite Me, and my sleeve don't really have meaning.
Bite Me have meaning because you're in a BDSM.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
So my first tattoo that I ever got says, even the darkest night will end and the sun will rise, and that's actually from Les Mis. And it just to me is like, I struggle with mental health and depression and stuff like that and everything. And so like, I wanted to get that as a permanent thing on my body to remind myself every single day and every single time I have a bad, horrible, awful day and I'm just like at a really dark place mentally and everything, that like, today is going to end, and it might feel like the end of the world today, but you're going to wake up tomorrow, you can start brand new, and it's going to be a whole new day that you can take care of.
Yeah.
And so, like, that's why I got that. It just, like, that one's probably the one with the most meaning to me.
Yeah.
And then the other...
the sun will always rise tomorrow.
Always. And the other one that I had says, I knew who I was this morning, but I've changed a few times since then. And that one is from Alice in Wonderland.
Beautiful.
And I got that one because I know we've touched on it in some of our past episodes, but I'm a firm believer that people are ever changing.
100%.
I got that because, like, I feel like I'm changing every second of every day. You learn things, you talk to new people, you gain more knowledge. Like,
100%.
things happen every second of every day that keeps molding you into the person that you're meant to be.
Exactly.
So, like, you know,
you're never at 100%. You're constantly learning,
constantly
changing.
Exactly. Like, you know, we're sponges. We soak up everything. And so, you know, like, how I woke up this morning is different to how I'm going to go to bed tonight.
Exactly.
And how I'm going to wake up tomorrow is going to be the exact same thing. So, you know, like, I wanted those things on my body to remind myself, like,
Absolutely.
You're constantly changing.
Yeah.
Like, one of my new things that I've been saying that I picked up from this gay couple on TikTok is I'm going to appreciate you where you're at.
That's beautiful.
So I like to implement that in my life. Like, I've heard that before, and but now it just got brought up again, so it's, like, more prevalent now. But so, like, when you have a problem with somebody or a problem with yourself, like, I appreciate you where you're at.
Exactly, because you're not looking at the person for their past damage, trauma, past mistakes. You're not hoping that they're going to be better in the future. You're accepting and you're loving the person who's standing right in front of you.
Right.
Which is what you should. You should never, like, in a sense, hold grudges. I mean, sometimes grudges are important because why are you going to trust somebody who cheated on you, so to say?
Right.
But don't hold grudges that'll make you feel bad. Like, yeah, your ex-boyfriend cheated on you, but you're not holding on that.
Right.
Exactly. You're like, of course I'm never going to trust him again, but it's not like I'm waking up every day in a bad cloud because I got cheated on 4 years ago.
Right.
So it's like, don't hold grudges, move on from it, but hold the meaning of what happened kind of thing. It's kind of hard to convey.
Well, no, I get what you're saying.
But, like, you understand what I mean, yeah. Like, don't be, like, waking up every day, every time you see their feed on Twitter or whatever, and you're like, oh, yeah, that guy cheated on me.
Right.
Because then that's making negativity each day. You're feeding the wrong dog or the wrong wolf or whatever.
Yes, I love
really
that
like
story.
that phrase, yeah. Native American, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Like, you have to feed the right wolf, like the good energy wolf.
Yeah.
And not feeding the negative energy.
100%.
That's why I want to get the Don't Let It Consume You tattoo.
I love that.
Because
I want to get that too, but I don't want to steal it from you.
Oh my god, you could do it because I like the meaning. I don't know where I got it from, and I'm probably going to find out that it was from, like, an anime or, like, from a TV show, but I've tried to Google it and stuff, and I don't know where I got it. But Don't Let It Consume You is very, like, prevalent in, like, everyone's lives, but super in mine because thought I heard something.
That's my feet
spooky.
on the ground.
Oh, it sounded spooky. Did you hear that? So don't let it consume you. Like, whether it be anxiety, fear, jealousy, envy, gluttony, like any of the sins, but also, like, yeah, fear, anxiety, even, like, happiness or whatever. Like, you can't be too much of one thing because then you wear rose-colored glasses.
Right.
You can't, like, let a bad day, like a bad day at work. So I was telling Joslyn the other month, it's kind of the same line. Like, when I go home, I don't think another thing about my bad day of work or bad day at school or whatever, because it's in the past. Like, it's in the past, Simba. But, like, don't let it consume you. And I wanted to get it with a dagger because it's, like, just, like, bloodlust kind of in a sense. Like, don't let it consume you, like, fear. Like, just let it go. It's in the past. Like, holding on to it is making your soul, like, corrupted.
Right.
Like, what's the point in holding on to something when it does, like, because the more you hold on to something, the more you give it meaning.
Right.
So you might as well just let it
like
the
I
hell
said,
go.
I want to get that so bad because I really love that saying that, you know, you told me. But I want to get it because I tend to get wrapped up in the thought of overthinking everything.
Yeah.
So, like, I overthink everything, and I have a really bad habit of taking my bad days with me.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like I can think of a bad day, like, 2 months ago that, like, I still think about, and, like, that's not okay.
Yeah, and then it can ruin your next day.
Exactly, and I just, like, I don't like feeling like that, and it's just, like, it would be nice to, like, have that, like, don't let it consume you. It'll be fine.
Exactly.
Like,
And that's like, that's why I love like your quotes and stuff, because they're constant reminders of like moving forward.
Right.
Like when you're having a bad day, it's permanently on you. It's tactful. It's material.
Right.
It's there. Because that's why they always say, like, if you have like goals or like things you want to stick by, write it, make it physical, put it on like a dream board, make a poster of it, like live, love, laugh.
Manifest it.
Exactly. You have to manifest, you have to write it. It has to be real, and then it will become real because it's out there. You're seeing it every day. You're constantly repeating it to yourself. That's why, like, in like any of my sketch journals and my journals, I write "Don't let it consume you" like pretty much every other day.
Right.
Because it's a constant reminder of like, don't let that guy who cut you off in traffic
Right.
piss you off.
Even little things, yeah.
Because sometimes, like even somebody cutting you off in traffic, or like them messing up your Starbucks drink, if you let it consume you and you let it like bubble over, it could ruin your whole week if you give it the power.
Right. And then another one of my tattoos that has meaning is the C'est la vie that's tattooed on my collarbone. C'est la vie means such is life in French. And I don't speak French, whatever. I just like it. Yeah. It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful, French is a beautiful language.
I got that because I love saying that, let's take a moment, okay? Let's say you wake up in the morning. You're late for work. You stop at Starbucks. Mm-hmm. You spill your coffee. You get to work. You have a shit day. Your boss yelled at you. Mm-hmm. Whatever. You get fired. This, that, horrible thing. Like, let's just say, like, take the worst day you've ever had in your entire life.
Right.
That's kind of like my don't let it consume you is like, c'est la vie. Like, such is life.
Right.
Like, that's life.
Because, exactly. That's life. You're going to get fired. You're going to have your bad days.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Just say such is life, move on. It was a bad day. Don't take it with you into tomorrow.
Right? Because in 5 years, 10 years, a week, in 24 hours.
Right.
You're not going to remember you spilled your coffee next week.
No.
Unless you give it the power to.
Right, exactly.
And it's like, even if you get like fired from your dream job in a decade, unless you feed into that, you're not going to remember it.
Right.
You're not going to care. Because and if you lose like money, you lose like clothes or like your like car or something, you'll get your next car. It's in the past.
Right, exactly. Like, you'll always,
right.
If you feed into the negativity, you're always going to dwell on those things. Yeah. But if you feed into the positivity, you're going to take those as learning lessons and just keep moving forward.
And life is full of shit. And
another thing too is I think Lucas is subscribed. Lucas Taylor, if you're listening.
He is definitely subscribed.
If you're listening, what up, my dude? I had reached out to him a couple months ago when I was with Z.
Yeah.
And he was giving me some like advice because him and Natalie, that's his wife, him and Natalie they're my friends.
Oh, got a point. Oh, yeah.
Me and Natalie, or not me, well, I love Natalie and Lucas, but they have a really, really good relationship.
Yeah.
And so I reached out to him and asked him about male advice on my relationship with a male. And he said something that I don't know why I can't forget it. And it's probably just something that will stick with me. I came to him with a problem that I was having with him, with Z. And he said, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad does it bother you? And I said a 7. Mm-hmm. And he said, if it bothers you, that you're only like 3 points away from a 10, bring it up.
Exactly.
Because if it's on a scale of 1 to 10 and you're rating it like a 2 or 3, maybe you should just let it go and pick and choose your battles.
Exactly, because it's like, it's
whatever,
just little shit. It's like, because everyone's going to go through fights. Everyone's going to go through, like, disagreements and stuff. Yeah, spill your coffee, that's like a 2.
Right.
But if you give it the power and stuff like that and put it at a 7, then clearly there's something that needs to be, like, reevaluated, rather in a relationship or in your daily life.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So, that's beautiful.
Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad does it bother you? You know, I love that.
And it just gives you perspective.
Yeah.
Because when you're, like, and it's hard to step out. It's hard to step away. And that's why, like, you're such great advice with Sarah and stuff, because you can step back
from the situation,
and look at it from an outside perspective, and that's so good. And that's why I always go to somebody. That's why I like having a good, like, network of friends and stuff, a good, like, group of people. Because, like, I went to Divya the other day with a problem. I was just like, I don't get it. And she told me. And in the back of my mind, I knew all of that. I just needed somebody to bring it forward. And I come to everyone with my problems, and I think everyone should, because they're on an outside perspective from it. And you need to be able to gauge and have an outside perspective, because it's hard to look at the situation you're in because you're in it.
Right. What an amazing tangent on body modifications. Exactly, how deep of us.
Yeah, but I mean, it kind of fits in. It works. It's beautiful. Because people are beautiful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Really quickly, my ADHD thought of the day is, I was thinking about this last night when I was going to bed. You know what I haven't thought about in a long time? This is a serious tangent. I haven't thought about matches in a long time.
Like flare, like spark matches?
Like a box.
Matches?
Like a box.
I have them to light my candles for my bath. We're going to take a quick break.
Anyways,
welcome back. So matches.
Yes, I just haven't thought about them in a long time. I was watching an ASMR video because I watch ASMR to go to bed every night.
Constantly.
And
match striking.
Yeah, well, they light candles because the sound of a match, like really close in a mic, is like a very satisfying sound. And so I like, they brought it up, and I was like, man, I haven't thought about matches in a long time. Like a box, like a huge 500 count
like
box.
A huge five. I usually like the one I have.
You're talking about a matchbook.
Yeah, no matchbox. It's just small.
Oh, the little ones.
It's like 30 match. Yeah, small matchbox. But I have a couple match books that I found. There's a diner up in Denver called Steuben's, and I grabbed like 4 or 5, and I would keep them in my jackets because I'm weird about this, but I usually have like lighters and like matches whenever I go out to bars and stuff, because dudes smoke. Yeah. And that's a good introduction.
It's a really good opener. That's how I met D.
Exactly, because some people they'll be like, oh, who has a light? And I'll be like, oh, I have matches. 1, conversation starter. 2, I'm already talking to the guy. Right. So it's very interesting. And I also have a Zippo lighter.
I love those.
Which that noise is very ASMR-like.
Amazing.
It's very nice, and it's like a conversation starter, and I just think it's cool, and I like the aesthetic of like the 50s, 40s and stuff. Yeah. And like, there's a song by Panic at the Disco where he starts it with a Zippo lighter, and when I listen to that song, I get like ASMR gasms.
Amazing.
Matches, very interesting.
Yeah, I just thought of it, and I was like, how strange.
Interesting. Random. That's very tangent-y.
I know.
Match tattoos, super cute.
They're super cute.
On another tangent, I just remembered my mother doesn't know where it is, but she has a woman's Zippo lighter, so they're like tall and skinny, like a chapstick. I would say like maybe a little bit longer than a chapstick and a little thicker. And it's mother of pearl.
Wow.
And she says it's like the metal is like a light pink, and it's a mother of pearl. And my dad gave it to her back when they were like younger. I can't remember. But she's like, I have no idea where it is. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Find it now.
Find it, or I'm getting that in the will, because that's beautiful.
That's amazing.
And I was like, I didn't know they made them. And she was like, they don't, not anymore. They don't make like female lighters. Right. But it's like long, thin, and she used to smoke back in the day. And I was like, mother of pearl.
That's amazing.
Beautiful. And I was like, I want that.
Another tangent. I went to the dentist like a couple days ago, and my mouth hurts so bad.
She got how many cavities filled?
11.
It's a great time. I think I've had 3 cavities filled. And I mean, what person?
I didn't go to the dentist for 6 years because I fucking hate the dentist.
The drill?
It's horrible. The sounds. The sounds are horrible.
Yes, it's terrible.
So anyway, I didn't go to the dentist for like 6 years. So I went last year before I quit my last job and got a cleaning and had them check everything out. And I have 11 cavities.
Which is rough.
So
But you're also genetically predisposed to get cavities. Did you know that?
My dad has really bad teeth.
Yeah, exactly.
He had to get all of them like fixed.
Oh, jeez.
Like, he has the teeth that are drilled into your mouth, where they're, like, fake, but they're, like,
they're permanent implants or whatever. Yeah, some people, it's like, how, like, it's just genetic. Like, how your calculus builds, how your saliva is, how the other plaque and shit. It's all genetics. Right. And I mean, like, brushing your teeth and shit helps, of course. But, like, let's be honest. Right. When the dentist asks you, when's the last time you flossed? You want to be like, you were here.
I actually floss every day.
Do you really?
I do.
Like, string floss around your fingers?
I have the plackers.
Do you have the pick? I have the string. And when I have popcorn in my teeth, I will floss. But, like, your girl ain't got the time, even though I sit here on TikTok for 30 years a
So,
day.
I used to not floss, but after I went to the dentist, they told me that I have 11 cavities.
Just like how you got scared the other day when
Yeah.
you were like, never having sugar again.
Yeah,
You won't
yeah.
catch me with a Starburst.
Literally never. But anyway, after that, I really started getting concerned, like, oh my god, my teeth are gonna fall out of my fucking face, like, freaking out. So anyway, I went to the dentist, and I got 6 out of the 11 filled.
Yeah.
So I have 5 more to go, and we're doing it in 2 sessions, clearly. Otherwise, I'm gonna, like, my entire mouth would
But
be
I
numb.
went with her the other day on the road trip before the last podcast, and she was only in there for like an hour and 20 minutes.
Literally.
6 cavities in small town Lyman.
It was in Fort Morgan.
Fort Morgan. Small town Fort Morgan, population 7.
Right.
And this dentist was done with 6 cavities in an hour. We're probably like, that's probably too long of time.
Right.
We
People are
have
like,
no
what?
idea.
Mine was 5.
Exactly.
No.
We had no idea. But yeah, that seems
And I
an
think
hour and 20 minutes for 6 cavities.
that's amazing time
That
management.
is amazing, honestly. And it's like, who's not going to get cavities?
Because I've been in for a cleaning that lasted an hour.
100%. I loved my dental hygienist. She was like a step above. I don't know. Her name was Andy. She was amazing. She was such a good dental hygienist. She cleaned my teeth in the best way. I loved going to her. I hate going to the dentist or any other.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I have braces.
Cleanings don't bother me.
Cleanings aren't the worst.
I just don't like the scraping.
Yeah, when they use, have you ever had, it's like, it's called the Cavitron. It's a metal thing. This is a tangent, but whatever. It's called a Cavitron, and it's like a metal, like sickle looking tool, and it's like connected to like a water thing where there's usually saline or like sodium chloride or whatever, and then water in the thing, and it's like, it like vibrates like ultrasonic.
Whoa.
It fucking hurts. My sister did it while she was in dental hygiene school. That was a thing. That was worse than a drill. Let me tell you.
Oh my god.
It was terrible. It's bad, but it's like the deepest of clean. And it doesn't just do like surface clean. Under the gums.
Oh my god.
Under the gums.
You'll never catch me doing that.
It's
but
terrible.
Anyways.
They're like, and you have no idea what they're doing. You're like, okay, I'm here for a cleaning, and they're like,
they're
okay.
like, strap you up to this machine.
They check you out, and they're like, okay, we're gonna be cutting out 6 teeth, and they already have started. Like, you have no control.
So yeah,
and it's like a haircut. Are you gonna tell them to stop?
Right. So I went, and my cavities are, well, they're not cavities anymore, they're fillings now, but my fillings, because my cavities were so deep, it was like borderline root canal. So, they are so sensitive to cold and like pressure. So when I bite down, it like hurts a little bit.
But it should go away because they'll like solidify. Your teeth will get used to them because like your teeth aren't used to like the match.
Right.
Yeah. So they're like, it's like up in the jaw and stuff.
Yeah.
But they're silver, so don't be biting any werewolves.
Shut up.
Stupid
You're
ass joke.
so
I've been
dumb.
thinking about that for like 30
You're
minutes.
so dumb. But they're silver, but I don't have like a fucking grill. Okay,
yeah,
like
honestly, yeah, because they're in the back of your
they're
mouth.
in the very.
I
They're
had-
my back
Yeah,
molars.
my fillings were like in the front. I think they were on my like one of my fangs or something, and then another one in the front or whatever. And she like showed me like, I'm gonna know. She was like, do you think this tooth color or this tooth color? And I was like, you're asking me? And she gave me a mirror and she held them up to my teeth. And it was like when you go to the eye doctor and they're like one or two. And you're like,
about the same.
And they're like 1 or 2. And you're like, and they're like, I'll go again. 1 or 2. And you're like, 2. And they're like, okay. Like, they don't believe you.
Yeah.
Like, and you're like, oh, God. So she was holding up the tooth color for me. And I was like, I guess this one. And she was like, I was going to go with the first one. But if you like the second one, we'll do that.
Shady bitch.
And I was like, you're the doctor. Like, and she was Korean. She was the sweetest woman. And she was like, I can't find any glasses. Close your eyes. And like brushed my face and my eyelids shut. And I lost it. It was too funny. And she was Korean, so close your eyes. And I thought it was so funny. And I told my sister, who's a dental hygienist, she was like, which doctor was this? They should have had goggles and everything prepped. I was like, first of all, she was sweet and Korean, so
leave her alone.
didn't even think of anything of it. But it was a great experience.
So yeah, anyway, that's amazing that I got the majority of my cavities
Yes,
done.
that could be a body modification.
Yeah,
Dental work or whatever. Like
actually, Sarah got jewels on her teeth.
Did she really?
Yeah.
When?
This is like way before Corona.
Oh, okay.
She got them.
Are they still on there?
No, she picked like one of them came off, and then she had
because they're just like dental cemented on.
Yeah, and she had her boyfriend pick the other one off.
That's weird. Do you know who the Andreas brothers are, or the Lopez brothers are on TikTok? They do dancing. One of the brothers got like cubic zirconium probably on his canines or whatever. Cute.
Yeah.
Cute. And I mean, that considers a body modification. I've seen teeth tattoos, eye tattoos. We didn't even mention eye tattoos. You won't catch me with that.
I've seen that done basically only in prison.
Yeah, I've seen it a couple times in like I think Rick Geinerst, he doesn't have them, but I've seen a couple YouTube, not stars, but they're just on YouTube. I've had, oh God, what is her name? Her name's something neutral. And she's gorgeous. She has scarification too. She used to be my other, but she has her tattoos. They're like a dark purple, almost black. But like not a lot of people do it, and it's high risk.
Yeah, a needle in your fucking eyeball.
But I mean, like the people I've seen do them, they're pretty. It's cool. It's interesting. It's good over there. But like, yeah, teeth tattoos, and I think, like I know Jeffree Star did it for like mostly a reason because he had bad teeth because he has a he's a sweet tooth. Like, he could have lived with his teeth, but since he has money, might as well get them done. Especially drag queens. Drag queens get like new teeth and stuff because it's like
veneers.
Yeah, their like teeth are their like their face is their job, so it's like, yeah, get it done.
Right.
So I think that's a body modification.
Probably, yeah.
Not so much for like your father because they fell out.
Don't be fucking rude.
But like for like, yeah, Jeffree Star, he could have probably lived with them for another couple of years, but he chose to. And then yeah, drag queens, that's a modification on the body. I count it.
Yeah. Teeth jewels, grills, whatever.
Oh, for sure. Get a grill, girl. Oh my God.
Let me see your grills. Let you see my what?
Oh my God.
Have you heard that song?
No, I've not.
What? I'll play it for you.
Yeah. All rights reserved to the artist.
As like my horrible wet cat sounding voice will get us copyrighted.
Honestly. But I think we covered most of everything.
And a couple tangents,
but that's our game.
Because you know we love to do that.
Literally. Tangent, but it's all healthy. I mean, you guys get to enjoy our main topic. Usually people do the tangents at the beginning.
Yeah.
But we like to end it out random and crazy.
So hope you enjoyed the ride.
Yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Body modifications, everything. Beautiful.
Leave comments and let us know about your tattoos, your piercings. Your worst
experience.
What your body modifications you've gotten. I would love to know.
If you have any scarification, let me know how it went because I'm debating it.
I'm also debating lip fillers, so help your girl out.
Yeah, comment, like, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a question. Tell us about your life.
Concerns. No, roast us.
Right?
Roast us in the DMs.
Honestly, but thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening.
And we will see you next week.
Right? Catch you on the flip side.
Bye.